Hi students, good morning. So my name is Fanindra and I am working as a physics lecturer in Vignan Institutions. So let us continue our discussion in the topic moving charges and magnetism. So in this session of our video, let us discuss about torque on a current loop placed in a uniform magnetic field. Torque acting on a current loop when placed in a uniform magnetic field. For that, let us consider a current loop. Current loop like this, which is connected through bushes, which can be later discussed in our further classes. So, which is connected to a over this bushes, which is connected to a battery, such that current is flowing in the circuit. Let I is the current flowing in the circuit in this direction. So this is the direction of the current in which it is flowing. So to create a uniform magnetic field, let us consider two permanent magnets are placed here. Let this as a north pole, this is a south pole. So between two permanent magnets, now we have kept a current carrying loop. So from this, the direction of the magnetic field is from north to south. So this is the direction of the magnetic field B. Let the length of the coil here, let it be the A, and length of the and breadth of the, as it is a rectangular coil, as its breadth be B. Length and the breadth of the rectangular coils are taken as A and B respectively. Now here we need to calculate what is the torque acting on this loop due to this magnetic field, due to this uniform magnetic field that is generated by these two permanent magnets. So before going into this, what is meant by torque? Torque is rotational force. Torque is nothing but a analogous of the force in the linear motion. Torque is in rotational motion, which causes, torque is the force which causes the body to rotate. So here we need to calculate what is the torque acting on this rectangular loop. Let this rectangular loop is named as A, B, C and D. Before calculating the torque, let us calculate what is the force acting on these four wires on the rectangular loop. So for that, so consider the wires BC and AD. As these wires BC and AD are parallel to the magnetic field, which means there is no force acting on the wires. Because in our previous sections, when a wire or a conductor is placed in a uniform magnetic field, then the force acting on the uniform magnetic field, force acting on the wire can be denoted by F bar is equal to I into L bar cross B bar. Clear? Or F is equal to I L B sine theta, where theta is the angle between the length vector and the magnetic field vector. So force F bar is equal to I into L bar cross B bar. Here the force we need to calculate initially the force acting on the wire BC and AD. Here you can see that the BC the length vector will be in this direction and the magnetic field is also in same direction. As the magnetic field and the length vector are in same directions, so the angle will be 0. So sine 0 is 0. So therefore force acting on AD, force acting on the wires AD is equal to force acting on the wire BC that is equal to 0. Force acting on the wire AD and BC is equal to 0 as they are parallel to the uniform magnetic field. Okay, now let us calculate what is the force acting on the wires AB and CD. Here the length of the wire AB and CD are B. So from this we will calculate what is the force acting on the wire BC. So force F is equal to, as from the equation BAL sin theta, F is equal to the uniform magnetic field is B, current flowing is I, and the length of the vector AB, force on AB. The length of the conductor AB is nothing but B. So BI into B into sin theta. Theta here is the angle between the length vector and the uniform magnetic field. Here length vector is in this direction and uniform magnetic field is in this direction. As both are perpendicular to each other, so angle is sin 90 degrees. We know that sin 90 value is 1. So FAB is equal to BIB. FAB is equal to BIB. And the direction of the force can be referred by using Fleming's left hand rule. Here you can see from Fleming's left hand rule, the thumb finger indicates the direction of the force and the index finger indicates the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger indicates the direction of the current. So from the left hand you have to keep all the three fingers mutually perpendicular to each other. So that if we keep the direction of the index finger in the direction of the magnetic field and direction of the middle finger in the direction of the current, the direction of the thumb finger indicates the direction of the force. So it is into the board. So it is this manner. Force FAB will be the into the board if we consider it as a plane. Similarly, what is the force acting on CD? Force acting on CD is equal to strength of the magnetic field B, current flowing is I, length of the conductor CD is nothing but breadth of the rectangle B, sin angle. Here is also same angle, angle is 90 degrees. As CD, this conductor is perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field. So angle will be 90. So sin 90 is equal to 1. So FCD is equal to BIB. CD is equal to BIB. And what is the direction of the force? So by using Fleming's left hand rule, the direction of the force can be outward of the board. So the direction will be like this. FCD, out of the board. So here you can see on the rectangular loop, so on these wires above and below there is no force acting on board. But on these two sides AB and CD, two forces are acting. One of the force is into the board, another force is acting out of the force. So here net force is 0. As you can observe, both the magnitudes are equal, BIB, and the directions are opposite. One of the force is into the board, another force is out of the force. So here net force is 0. Net force is equal to 0. Then what about the torque? So from our first year's chapters, that is in system of particles and rotational motion, we came to know about the rotational torque. What is the rotational torque? Torque is a physical quantity which causes the body to rotate. So when the forces are acting on it are a couple, when two forces acting in opposite directions along an axis, then the body will rotate. So about this axis, the two forces here, one of the forces is into the board, another force is out of the port. So if you consider it as a loop, one of the force is pulling it downwards, another force is pulling it upwards, so causing the body to rotate. So you can see one of the force is pulling it downwards, another force is pulling it upwards, so which causes the body to rotate. So there is a torque acting on the loop. So the equation for the torque is nothing but torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance between the two action of forces. From the moment of couple, that is from your first year discussion, first year chapter system of particles, the mathematical formula for the torque at the moment of couple is given by torque tau is equal to either of the force into perpendicular distance between the two forces. Perpendicular distance between the two forces. Therefore, torque tau is equal to force is nothing but BIB into perpendicular distance between the two forces. The perpendicular distance between the two forces is nothing but this. Is nothing but the length of the rectangular coil, that is A. Length of the rectangular coil, that is A. So torque tau is equal to B into I into AB. B into I into AB. What is AB? A is the length of the rectangular coil and B is the breadth of the rectangular coil. So AB is nothing but area of the rectangular coil. Therefore, torque tau is equal to B into I into A. Torque tau is equal to B into I into A. Okay, so it is a simple case when the rectangular coil is, the plane of the rectangular coil is parallel to the uniform magnetic field. What happens if this rectangular coil is making some angle with the uniform magnetic field? Let us now discuss about what is the torque on the current loop when this current loop is placed at an angle in the uniform magnetic field. It is a basic case in which here the current loop, the plane of the current loop is parallel to the uniform magnetic field. Then the torque is given by BIA. So now if this current loop is at an angle theta with the uniform magnetic field, then the torque can be calculated. So let us see our discussion. Now let us continue our discussion on torque on a current loop when it is placed at an angle with the uniform magnetic field. So let the uniform magnetic field B is in this direction. B is the strength of the uniform magnetic field and the direction of the uniform magnetic field is in this manner from left to right. Okay, now when a coil is placed, when a coil or a rectangular loop so this is the rectangular loop. When it is connected to a battery, current flows through the loop in this direction. The direction of the current is given. So the direction of the current is noted. So now let the normal, so let this rectangular loop or the current carrying loop makes an angle theta with the uniform magnetic field. So the angle theta here is with the normal of the plane of the normal to the plane of the rectangular loop to the uniform magnetic field. Here uniform magnetic field B is in this direction and normal to the plane, as the loop is here, normal to the loop means here, just like area vector, makes an angle theta. Okay, so theta is the angle made by the angle between the uniform magnetic field and normal to the rectangular loop. So let us denote it. So theta is the angle between B bar and A bar. A bar is nothing but the area vector which is perpendicular to the plane B bar and A bar. Okay. Now let us see this rectangle. Let us denote this rectangular loop as A, B, C and D, where BC, the length will be A and the breadth of the rectangular B. Now once again let us calculate the forces on these four conductors of the rectangular loop. Here force acting on BC is equal to is nothing but BI. Here the length is A. BI. And the direction of the force can be given by Fleming's left hand rule, which I explained in the before of this session. So here FBC. Similarly, FAD is equal to BIL. So that is equal to BIA sin theta. So the direction of the force here is downwards. FBC. The direction of the force is downwards. So you can see here on this rectangular loop, FBC and FAD both are, one of the force is upwards, another force is downwards. So and they have equal magnitudes. So both the forces cancel each other. So net force along this direction will be 0. As the forces are collinear forces, net force along this direction will be 0. So FBC and FAD are collinear forces and are in opposite direction. One of the force is vertically upwards, another force is downwards. So with equal magnitude, then the body is in equilibrium along this direction. Now let us calculate what is the force acting on the conductor AB and CD. So force acting on the conductor AB is nothing but force FAB is equal to B into BI. Here length of the conductor is B sin theta. Similarly, force acting on the conductor CD is equal to BIB sin theta. Now the direction of the forces, only the magnitude of the forces. So this formula, how this formula is derived, mathematical formula of the force acting on a conductor placed in the uniform magnetic field, I have explained in our before sessions. So directly I am writing the formula. FAB is equal to BIB sin theta, FCD is equal to BIB sin theta. Here theta is the angle between B bar and the A bar. So here now the force will be as such as the in this video, starting of our video, I explained how to calculate the force on a conductor by using Fleming's left hand rule. The force acting on here will be into the board FAB and here will be in upward direction FCD. Here both the forces are not collinear forces as their line of action is different. So here both these forces on the two conductors FBC and FAD are collinear forces. They cancel each other. But here FAB and FCD are not collinear forces. They do not have same line of action. As one of the force, as I explained before, as one of the force is pulling it downwards, another force is pushing it upwards, make the body to rotate. So here due to this conductor net force is 0, but due to this conductor net force is 0, but there is a torque acting on the body. As these are both are in both they have different line of action, so net force acting on it will be 0. So the net torque acting on this rectangular loop can be given by torque tau is equal to force into perpendicular distance between the two forces. So torque tau is equal to, force is nothing but BIB sin theta into perpendicular distance between the two forces is nothing but the length of the rectangular loop E. So torque tau is equal to BI into AB into sin theta. Here AB is nothing but the area of the rectangular loop. So torque tau is equal to BIA sin theta. Torque is equal to BIA sin theta, where theta is the angle between the uniform magnetic field and normal to the plane of the rectangular loop. If alpha is the angle between B bar and plane of the loop, then torque can be denoted by torque tau is equal to BIA cos alpha. BIA cos alpha, because here we are calculating the theta with respect to the normal to the loop. A bar is the area vector which is perpendicular to the plane of the loop. Here alpha is the angle between the B bar and plane of the loop. So theta can be written as, so alpha is equal to 90 minus, or theta is equal to 90 minus alpha. By substituting in this equation, torque tau can be written as BIA cos alpha. Okay, so here theta is the angle between the uniform magnetic field and normal to the plane of the rectangular coil. So now, as a torque is a vector quantity, and from our previous sessions we have discussed about the current carrying circular loop or a current carrying coil loop as a magnetic dipole, from which we calculate the magnetic moment as magnetic moment M bar is equal to I into A bar. Magnetic moment M bar is equal to I into A bar. Therefore torque tau is equal to M into B into sin theta. Torque tau is equal to M into B into sin theta, from which torque tau bar, as the torque is a vector quantity, torque tau bar is equal to M bar cross B bar. Torque tau is equal to M bar cross B bar. Torque and acting on a uniform magnetic field on a current loop. The torque expression for the torque can be given by torque tau bar is equal to M bar cross B bar, where B is the strength of the uniform magnetic field and M is the magnetic moment of the considered current loop. Okay, so here the torque will be maximum. Torque will be maximum if theta is equal to, or if torque will be maximum if M bar and B bar are perpendicular to each other. M bar and B bar. M bar is magnetic moment and B bar is the strength of the magnetic field. If both are perpendicular to each other, then the angle between them is 90 degrees. What is the direction of the M bar? Direction of the magnetic moment is from south pole to north pole, which can be derived as, if the current in this loop is going in this clockwise direction, from the right hand thumb rule, if you close your fingers in the direction of the right hand, the direction of the thumb gives the direction of the magnetic moment. So here, as the direction of the current is in this such a manner, so direction of the magnetic field or the magnetic moment will be inwards. Okay, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, from this expression torque tau is equal to MB sin theta, which is nothing but sin 90. So maximum torque will be equal to M into B. Maximum torque is equal to M into B. Similarly, torque will be 0 or minimum. Torque will be 0 if m bar and b bar, magnetic moment and the strength of the magnetic field, are parallel to each other, are parallel or anti-parallel to each other. Anti-parallel to each other. Parallel or anti-parallel is theta is equal to 0 or theta is equal to 180 degrees. So if we substitute the value of theta in the expression, so torque tau is equal to mb sin 0, which torque tau is equal to sin 0 is 0, so tau is equal to 0, which is the minimum value. If both the magnetic moment and the magnetic field strength are in parallel or anti-parallel, then only the torque will be 0. Okay, so now here m denotes the magnetic field, magnetic moment. If the rectangular coil consists of one loop, then the magnetic moment is given by, then the magnetic moment m is equal to I into A. If it has n number of turns, then the magnetic moment can be written as n into I into A bar. So the direction of the magnetic field is in the direction of the area vector, which is perpendicular to plane of the loop. Here A is the area vector. For a rectangular coil, it is nothing but length into breadth. For a circular coil, it is pi r square. For a square loop, it is a square, side square. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression for the torque on a current loop when placed in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, thank you.